The program is still this morning on ITV, and we did promise you that we're going to have the second edition of on Aviation today with His Royal Highness George Uboh, the foremost whistleblower in the country. He was here on the 3rd of September. I was on the program with myself and Mr. Godi Ike, and we had a fruitful deliberation on Nigeria Air that was launched in UK. He was asking questions that he would like to have an update on what is happening on Nigeria Air. He went as far as writing the ICRC and seeking for some clarifications. And today, again, I am pleased to welcome in the studio, again, His Royal Highness George Uboh. George, welcome to our studio this morning.
Thank you.
Okay, you did promise we were going to come back, and you kept to your word. Welcome to the program once again.
Thank you very much.
And I also have Godi K, the aviation freak. He's here in the studio. He will be the co-interviewer on the program with me today, and we'll be trying, we'll try as much as possible to get updates from His Royal Highness on the program this morning. Godi K, you're welcome.
Yeah, my dear, excuse me, my dear viewers, please welcome to the program today. I shall play the devil's advocate.
Okay, all right. So time is not on our side, and we'll be starting immediately with His Royal Highness. You were seeking for some clarification and some updates. How far?
Okay, let me quickly run you down. You won't know where you are going unless you know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Okay. The whole thing started because there was a contentious issue. The Minister of Transport, Minister of State Transport Aviation had gone on air to say that Nigeria paid $300 million for, Nigeria Air for 5% equity stake here. So Nigerians jumped on that. Then he came out again, I think on July 25th, to say that Nigeria, that they didn't pay that money. So that now became, that is what we say, he joined issues. It became a contentious issue. Then George Uboh Whistleblower Network felt it was right to delve into the matter. So we wrote under Freedom of Information Act and Fiscal Responsibility Act, asking the Minister of State Aviation to disclose to us all contracts, agreements, monies paid, monies received, germane to Nigeria Air. And he responded with a 3-page letter that we read here.
Yeah.
And when I read the letter was really asking more questions than answered. Pertinent to the letter, of course, is that he said that the deal was at a proposal stage, that there was an outline business case being prepared by a consortium of firms, 5 firms, that no money has been paid or received, and gave a breakdown of the $300 million in the proposal. I think $25 million to purchase aircraft, $45 million, if I'm not mistaken, to be spent on as working capital for the, the Nigeria Air was supposed to roll out first week of December, $45 million for working capital for 2018, 100 and something million for 2019, and 100 and something million for 2020. Now, after we got the letter, we felt it was pertinent to write again to get the outline business case. So we wrote, and he said that the outline business case was has been sent to FEC through Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission. So we wrote we wrote the ministry and we wrote ICRC. Again, as soon as we delivered the letter to ICRC, they got in touch with me immediately via text message and wrote a letter to me. I felt that was commendable. So first I wrote a letter commending ICRC for swift response to our FOI request. We always do that in organization because we still monitor. The FOI Act is very clear. You have 7 days to respond. So when any organization meets that time, we actually commend them. Then I now wrote another letter requesting a meeting with ICRC and letting them know that because ICRC money, ICRC, I used, oh my God.
Do you regularly hold industry-leading religious or political-related events that you would love to get professional coverage for?
Or have you used event production companies in the past that just don't get it?
Because if that's you, don't worry, you are in the right place.
ITV, in conjunction with Airline Solutions, bring your event live on TV. You heard me right, live on this station. Be it political events like campaigns, religious programs, weddings, etc. We got you covered. On the ground and in the air with our professional drone shots, you are sure of complete area coverage. Make that event of yours talk of the town with Airline Solutions. Our team of professionals with state-of-the-art equipment will make your event ready for viewing immediately after the event on any format of your choice.
What are you waiting for?
Contact us today.
For booking, contact our marketing office, ITV Communication Complex, Mpape, Abuja, or call us on 0803 7755 024, 0805 643 0509, or 0803 539 7151.
ITV Live, we got you covered.
Abuja, Nigeria, Africa, Europe, Asia, any place where they watch me from. My name now, Funny Bruno, Nigeria's youngest African hottest comedian. As soon as Stronti Garisi, and I'm a shame not to buy no guy bien, or by no they go transfer because it's a me party up for the road. Mary for Fenero Joshua. I invite you to come ITV Independence Family Fiesta. What they happen for Hilltop Resort, First Avenue, Guarimpa. The time now 12 p.m. Now we start. Make you come celebrate with us as we march, celebrate, dance, jollificate together for inside ITV Independence Family Fiesta, where they happen for October 1st. My name is Funny Bruno. Don't worry, and I reach Efia Ababena.
As you wake up in the morning, the first thing in the mind is knowing what is going on around you.
Follow and get an up-to-date analysis on issues on governance, politics, economy, among many other current and burning issues in both local and foreign scenes.
The parliamentary intra-party opposition to the APC.
Well, you know, the intrigues and interest in parliament is not just about the policies of the party.
The issue is, irrespective of the fact that the level of income has gone so low, people still need to feed.
Yes, people have to feed, but they have to feed and they must visit market.
The general belief is that one has to graduate first before going to serve.
When it comes to certificates, you know that we have a lot of problems.
On ITV's Breakfast Show, this morning on ITV, showing from Mondays to Thursdays at this time.
All right, the program is still this morning on ITV, and we're on to aviation today. We're sincerely sorry for that break in transmission, the change of program. We're back again on the program, and we still have in the studio His Excellency, His Royal Highness, Dr. George Uboh, and our aviation freak, Godike. We still have the two gentlemen in the studio, and His Royal Highness was giving us, details of what happened in Nigerian Air.
Yeah. So the second letter, I requested a meeting, and I went into the fact that I used the phrase gatekeeper because I felt ICRC, being the organization that would accept public-private partnership documents,
should be in the know.
No. Wait and decide whether to approve or not to approve to send it to FEC. So I felt I used the phrase gatekeeper. So I let them know that they are in the right place to fight corruption with my organization, because you are now the gatekeeper, making sure you sanitize any PPP deal. This is a PPP deal.
Before it passes to
exactly.
Nigerian parlance, we call them the mega.
Yes. So again, I was contacted, and they gave us September 3rd for the meeting. And it happened to be the day we were here. And we read the 3-page letter on air and posited that we were going to ICRC for that meeting. So I think I'll take from there now. Okay. So when we got to the meeting, of course, I went there in the capacity of making sure that there was no corruption. my dear friend went as aviation expert. He went into so many things that really shocked me about wet lease, dry lease. I don't know about that. So, but again, we didn't have the outline business case. The acting DG of ICRC showed us, their website where to access it, which we did. And after the over 1 hour meeting, I let them know that we're going to review
Actually, 2 hours.
2 hour meeting. I let them know that we're going to review the OBC, outline business case, and get back to them. Now, the outline business case is about 70 pages. After reviewing it, I saw a lot of contradictions. You said in the 3-page letter that you have not received any money or paid any money. That is the ministry now. Yeah. But in the outline business case, we are talking about spending $8.8 million as as a cost before takeoff. The breakdown of the monies to spend the outline business case is different from that in the 3-page letter they wrote me. The 5 consortium, the 5 firms that form the consortium, they call them the transaction advisors. There was nothing they did in the outline business case, and we contacted them. We have 3 UK companies, and a Nigerian company, and of course the legal advisor, a Nigerian law firm.
Okay, Your Excellency, let me hold your talk there at the 3 Nigerian companies and the other companies that are, involved in this whole deal. We'll now give just a minute to the person transmitting to put some things in order before we return back again. Okay.
Have you been thinking of how to get your goods and services or events advertised at affordable rates? Think no more. ITV Abuja, located in Mpape, is poised to serve you better. For advert placements and inquiries, visit ITV Mpape Abuja or call 0706 715 7865, 0803 775 5024, or 0803 539 7151. Independent television, certainly the best.
Independence Television Abuja presents the 2018 Independence Day Family Fiesta, featuring comedy with Funny Bruno, host, Uboh TV show, and other hilarious Abuja comedians. There will be drama presentation, dancing competition, quiz competition, match past, games, and lots more. Date, Monday 1st of October 2018. Time, 12 noon prompt. Venue, Hilltop Resort, First Avenue, Warimpa, Abuja. Gate fee. Daddies, mommies, uncles, and aunties, come with children and words. Let's celebrate in a grand style. For participation, inquiries, and sponsorship, call 080 3539 7151.
I want all this money.
Okay, we just took a quick break to put some certain things in order so that there won't be any disruption again on the program. But now, Your Royal Highness, I kept your talk somewhere. You're talking about the companies that are involved in this whole business.
Yeah,
so
we found out these anomalies, and we were actually deliberating. I have a legal team. The legal team were deliberating how to go about it. And we had included that we're going to file a suit, and we're going to ask FEC to not approve that deal, or ask the court to, ask FEC to step it down, or whatever legal balance, you want to use.
Injunction.
An injunction or something, exactly. So now, while we were deliberating on that, last Wednesday, FEC did the job for us. It was suspended. So it makes it a lot easier for us now, Then on Friday, I wrote the Minister of State Aviation and the acting DG ICRC, giving them what I call a pre-action notice, giving them 30 days, to file a suit regarding the Nigerian Air. So I will allow him to read the letter I wrote to both ICRC and Ministry of Transportation Aviation.
This letter was actually dated September 21st, 2018 to both the Honorable Minister of Aviation and the Director General of ICRC, and the letter goes this way. Dear Sir, excuse me, Nigeria Air, correspondences with our firm, outline business case compliance certificate, etc., are replete with contradictions, fraudulent intents, etc. Hence, Nigeria Air did not serve public interest. 30-day pre-action notice. About us. Our undersigned Chairman, Dr. George Uboh, is the foremost whistleblower and anti-corruption crusader in Nigeria. In that capacity, he blew the whistle against the EFCC starting 2013 for failing to remit 1.993 trillion naira to the federal government of Nigeria, which led in part to the sack of the former chairman in 2015. He blew the whistle on a federal judge starting 2014 for awarding 15% of a $3.1 billion judgment to contractors who were not parties to a suit judicial fraud, which led in part to his sack in 2017. He blew the whistle against former Minister of Finance on forged certificate, non-payment of 23.6 billion whistleblowers fees, etc., which led in part to her resignation on Friday, September 14, 2018. Our chairman set up George Uboh Whistleblowers Network with acronym GUWN, GUN, to expose corruption, fight for people who have suffered injustice, fight for whistleblowers suffering adverse treatment, address matters of public interest inter alia. Instant case. The instant case is born out of correspondences, outline business case OBC, outline business case certificate of compliance, germane to both Aviation and ICRC. Because there is a possibility of collusion between Ministry of Transport, Aviation and ICRC as proved below, we deem it necessary to write both organizations simultaneously. Aviation. Sir, you will recall we wrote you a letter requesting information on Nigeria Air, dated July 27, 2018, including but not limited to payments made/received on Nigeria Air. On August 15, 2018, you responded via a 3-page letter stating that Nigeria Air was at a proposal stage, that there is an underlying OBC, that's the outline business case, prepared by a consortium of firms that serve as transaction advisors, that no payments have been made or received, that you intended to expend $25 billion deposit for new aircraft, working capitals of $30 million 2018, $100 million 2019, $145 billion for 2020 inter alia. On August 20, 2018, we wrote you requesting the OBC. On August 31, 2018, you responded stating that the OBC was being considered by Federal Executive Council FEC, that you will furnish it after approval by FEC. ICRC. Sir, you will recall that on August 20, 2018, we requested that you furnish us the outline business case OBC germane to Nigeria Air. You responded swiftly via text message and later attached the OBC certificate of compliance, asking us to access the OBC via your website. We wrote you 2 letters on August 30th, 2018, in which we commended your strict compliance with FOI, the Freedom of Information Act guidelines, and in the second letter, sought appointment with you. You gave September 3rd, 2018 appointment, which we honored Godike, Ladi Aaron, and George Uboh. Yourself, Tugunde Dada, Felix Obera, Deborah Okafor, Odile Onu, and Hawa Kelo represented ICRC. Okay? Pertinent to this letter is the fact that you directed us to the OBC in your website. After the meeting, we made clear that we will review the OBC and revert. Public's interest. From the onset, it was the public outcry that gave us the locus to wade into the Nigeria Air matter after the Minister of State flip-flopped that $300 million was spent on Nigeria Air on Channels TV, then said $300 million was not spent. After our September 3, 2018 meeting with ICRC, we have reviewed the OBC, investigated the 5 firms that served as transaction advisors. Just opposed same with the Ministry of Transport Aviation's 3-page letter and ICRC's OBC certificate of compliance, and found the following. A, the 3-page letter from Ministry of Transport Aviation attached herewith states that no money was paid / received on Nigeria Air. However, page 44 of the OBC talked about $8.8 million startup cost before commencement of operations. B, while the 3-page letter talked about working capitals for 2018, 2019, and 2020 to be $30 million, $100 million, $145 million respectively, the OBC put the working capital figures at $50 million, $150 million, and $100 million respectively. That is the discrepancy between the OBC content and what we were informed. Those gave Nigeria Air a coloration of unprofessionalism, considering the money wasted on the purported 5 firms who supposedly put the OBC together and supposedly served as transaction advisors to Nigeria Air. C, Arup UK supposedly served as technical advisor to Nigeria Air. However, an investigation into Arup UK reveals that Nigeria Air is not listed as one of its projects. And our interaction with Arup UK through our whistleblowing network reveals other financial shenanigans we shall unveil in the lawsuit. D, Catamaran Nigeria supposedly served as technical and commercial advisory project management and administration, putting aside the overlapping job description with Arup UK above. Our whistleblowing network refused other financial shenanigans we shall unveil in the lawsuit. Obet Business, that is E, Obet Business Consulting, ABC UK, supposedly served as financial and economic advisor, putting aside the fact that it does not have any business relationship with Nigeria Air. Our whistleblowing network reveals other financial shenanigans we shall unveil in the lawsuit. RDC, that is number F. RDC Aviation Economics UK served as market analyst for Nigeria Air, putting aside the fact that Nigeria Air is not listed as one of its projects, hence has no tangential business relationship with Nigeria Air. Our whistleblowing network reviews other financial shenanigans we shall unveil in the lawsuit. G, Olawoyi and Olawoyi served as legal advisors to Nigeria Air, insofar as we can prove that the 4 technical advisors above did not do any work for Nigeria Air and got paid. There are serious ethical questions for the legal advisors to answer. There are so many anomalies in the OBC itself that would make any discerning mind to render it amateurish and incompetent at best. In our August 30th, 2018 letter to ICRC requesting appointment, we stated, our undersigned chairman views the ICRC as a perfect gatekeeper to serve the public interest in the fight against corruption, giving ICRC's mandate to approve or disapprove public-private partnership PPP deals, hence has the power to weed out any PPP proposal that has the coloration of corruption. Because A to H above are serious infractions by Ministry of Transport, Aviation, ICRC's endorsement of the OBC shows ICRC has not been a professional gatekeeper serving the interests of Nigeria and Nigerians. Hence, we conclude ICRC is in collusion with Ministry of Transport, Aviation to defraud Nigeria and Nigerians. Based on the foregoing, we hereby give Ministry of Transport, Aviation and ICRC a 30-day pre-action notice to litigate the defunct Nigeria Air fraudulent activities that impugn public interest. Yours in public interest and whistleblowing services, signed Dr. George Uboh, Chairman. And the rest are his telephone details, copied to MOT State Aviation, Arup UK, Catamaran Nigeria, Obed Business Consulting ABC UK, RDC Aviation Economics UK, Olawoyi and Olawoyi, those who have copied this letter. And that's about it.
Okay. We just you just heard about everything in there. So all these infractions, alleged infractions, let's not call them infractions, they are alleged until the court says they are, would have gone on the ground and the foundation of the Nigerian Air, which so many thought was coming back again to restore the pride of the country and the nation's pride. Would have all been faulted because it all started on a faulty ground and on a foundation that was not very good. But all that lies with the courts when the litigations begin to go on between the George Uboh Whistleblower Network, GUWN, and Ministry of State for Aviation and ICRC. Will get to know much details about it. My producer just signaled me that the time is up for the program, but we hope that we're not going to stop here. We're not going to stop here, certainly, because this is ongoing. And we had the first part, and then we have this second part. Probably when the cases starts again, or when there's a reply from Ministry of Aviation and ICRC, we'll still be here again to review the content of their reply to you. Thank you so much. Time will not allow us to continue with the program, but we do hope to pick it up from here next time and to push it forward. I've been speaking with the famous whistleblower in the country, an anti-corruption crusader. I'm talking about His Royal Highness George Uboh. Thank you so much for coming on the program and for the light you've shed on the Nigerian Air. And I also have in the studio Mr. Godi Ike. He is the aviation freak and one who is, very conversant with happenings in that sector. He can tell you everything about setting up an aircraft business from the beginning to the end, the maintenance and everything you need to know. He's an expert in that field. Thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you, Maria.
Just quickly, if you don't mind, we are taking up a new fraud case. That is the Skybank, which is supposed to metamorphose into Polaris Bank. We're finding out that Polaris is not actually registered or going through registration. You cannot give something to nothing. If you understand what I'm saying.
All right. So we'll pick it up from there and I'll work closely with you on that to get more details on it. Thank you so much. This is where we wrap up the program now. When we return, it will be time for interview segment. Osun election is on the rundown, and we'll be giving you some details. Make phone calls to some people who were there in Osun and some legal luminaries to tell us more about what the law says about inconclusive election. We'll take a quick break. When we return, it will be time for another interview segment.
Independence Television Abuja